Hi, welcome to my channel, Body Care by Drea. Today, I'm in the car, but it's okay, we're still here. So the title of today's topic is sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation. And why this topic? Well, the reason I chose this topic is because a lot of us suffer from sleep deprivation, including myself. I've struggled for quite a number of years actually with that, and I think it's just I got into bad habits with sleep. But before I get into more detail, I'd just like to make a small disclaimer. I'm not a medical profession. I don't have a medical background. I am a fully trained massage therapist, and we do cover some anatomy and physiology to some extent, but most of this is really from my own personal experience and from the experience of speaking with others. I realise that it's quite an issue in today's society, especially with all this technology that we have. I mean, yes, technology is great. It's fantastic at times, isn't it, when we use it? I mean, we're using it now, so it can be useful and serve a good purpose. But however, there are times when technology can, it can lead to addictions, and so those are the things that we do need to watch. I mean, it's just, things like taking the laptop to bed or even the phone to bed. You can be on the phone for hours, and all of that is impacting on the way we sleep. So sleep deprivation is a real thing, and I just feel that I'd like to share my journey and how I'm trying to overcome that. It's been a struggle for quite a while, just lack of sleep, not getting enough sleep, thinking that I can just do a few more things, after a certain time that I know I should be in bed, just something else. So what things can we look at regarding sleep? Well, sleep, believe it or not, is very much aided by work. And the type of work we can be talking about is exercise. Exercise is ideal. People who exercise regularly do actually sleep much better. So it's a great asset when it comes to sleeping. And the exercise can be, if you're not used to exercise, it could start by doing a simple walk. Walking, not walking briskly necessarily, but just a gentle walk, 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes early evening. If you can fit that in, would be fantastic. That's what I'm trying to do, just walk in the mornings and walk again late early evening, and I find it's really refreshing. And just to start moving your body again is very important, because movement, the body's designed to move, isn't it? So that's very important for the body, movement. So start with a very gentle walk if you're unfit. If you're fit but haven't had the time to do it, try and get those walks in. But it could be a brisk walk, just do what you're comfortable with. I mean, if you are near a green area, that's even better, because we know that the colour green is very calming and relaxing, and an early evening walk in greenery is beautiful. If you can get out before it gets too dark, that is. Now we're in the, heading towards autumn months. So walking briskly if you can. If not, you can still wait, catch your breath, have a rest, and then do as much as you can. But don't over the top. It's meant to be fun, not grueling. It's not meant to be grueling. So the idea is for you to look forward to your walking. Okay, so that's one thing. That's gentle exercise. If you haven't exercised before, gentle exercise. If you have exercised before, you can walk more briskly, and maybe for longer time if you have the time. Okay, so that's exercise. The next thing I would look at is diet. Now, diet is important. How is that related to sleep? Well, if we're filling our bodies with lots of junk food, it clogs the mind, basically, and then you become less productive. You get less done. By the end of the day, you feel that you haven't really accomplished much, and then you think, I'll just stay up later to see if I can do this, can do a little bit more. Whereas if you had a clearer mind, I find personally when I do that, I am more productive, and then I get more done, and I'm more likely to go to bed a reasonable time because I feel that I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish, and therefore I'm fulfilled by that. Whereas I have in the past, if I'm eating, if my diet has gone way off, and I'm slower, then I get less done. So when it comes to bedtime now, I'm thinking, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. I can fit this in because I don't feel as if I've accomplished much today. So yeah, diet in that small way does help, and to be honest, all of these things do add up when it comes to sleep deprivation. The next thing I would say, before we move on to the next thing, actually, there's a lovely salad, kale salad, because it's recommended that we eat more greens. We eat a lot more greens. The idea really is to keep the body balanced between being too acidic and too alkaline. And there's a lovely book, by the way, called The pH Miracle. I will look up the author for you. I can't quite remember the person's name at the moment, but I will look it up for you so that you can maybe purchase it if you want to, or have a look at it, because I think it's quite an old book now. But in there it was recommended a green fast, which I did some years ago, and the green fast, or feast I called it, because it consisted of about 4 cucumbers juiced, a bunch of kale, and I think it was an apple. I may have put a red pepper in as well, I'm not sure. And that was all juiced, and alongside that with supplements, so that I could have my own nutrients, make sure I was up on my nutrients. And I did that for, I think it was 4 days actually I did that for. But the actual juice is very filling because it had 4 cucumbers. There's quite a lot of things that you wouldn't ordinarily eat in one sitting, that you can do when you juice, because it's all condensed and all that goodness is in there. And I did that for 4 days, and wow, did I feel good afterwards. And something I do need to repeat. But obviously if you haven't fasted or feasted like that before, it's best to just take your time, and maybe you could just start off with missing, just one meal and just replacing that with a fast. You could do it like that. You could do it that way, or you could just take it easy. Don't do something that you're uncomfortable with. Remember, I'm not medically trained, so you have to listen to your body, just as I have to listen to my body and see how your body is feeling. If you're able to do that, then that would be great. If you're able to do more, great. If less, that's still fine, because you're listening to your body. And after all, body care is about taking care of your body and not punishing it, so it should be quite fun to do, not grueling. Yeah, because that's what helps us to sustain this routine over a long period of time. So just introducing more greens. For example, there is things like green salad, kale salad. I would regard that as my signature salad, actually, kale salad. Most people that know me know that kale salad is always on the table. Most times it's on the table, unless I replace it every now and again, almost reluctantly, by something like romaine lettuce or some other lettuce, but I do that just for the sake of variety. But basically kale salad is my go-to, and the way I do that, I actually make it by I just basically grab a bunch of kale, a handful of black olives, or any olives that you like, black olives, and then after that cherry tomatoes as well, and then we chop those up quite nicely, tomatoes in quarters maybe, the olives just split in half, and then I obviously rinse the kale in a bowl, drain it, and then get some olive oil, drizzle it over the kale, and then I, with clean hands, massage the kale until it's it's nice and not too soft, but just nice to eat, easier to eat, Yeah, easier to digest, because I know not everybody can eat raw kale. I can eat it now, but you know, I do massage it just to make it a bit easier to eat, to chew. And while you're massaging it, you can also remove the stalks that are in there or the stem, if you don't like that. I mean, I quite like them, so I tend to leave them in, but some people don't like them. So there's that. And then after that, after you massage the kale, then you add all your vegetables, and the seasonings are basically sea salt, garlic granules, and let me see, garlic granules and Engevita yeast flakes. Engevita yeast flakes are nutritional yeast flakes, and they can be bought from supermarkets. They sell for about £3 something in the UK in supermarkets. Yeah, but it gives it a lovely nutty, cheesy flavour. So yeah, they're great. And then that's it, basically. Your salad is done. You just give it a toss. It's all done. It's absolutely delicious. Yeah, so yeah, I think those are the main things. There's just one more thing. Music is important too. You can use soothing music to calm the mind when it comes to sleep. Yeah, music is amazing. You know, you can, all types of music. Meditative music is ideal just before you go to bed. And then, of course, in the daytime, if you want to do something more upbeat, you can use obviously more upbeat music with a more upbeat tempo. For example, if you're at home, got housework to do, just put your music on, get your body moving, so that you're doing your housework to it, or you're doing some other chore maybe to it. But yeah, it's a great tool to just get that body moving and to keep yourself active. So yeah, those are just a few things that I'm implementing really to help me with my sleep, and I hope that they're useful to you, useful tips. We will try and do a part 2 and make it more practical, so I'll try and do a demonstration of the kale salad, but in the meantime you could do a bit of research just to find some of the ingredients. They're not difficult to find. You'll find in every supermarket, I think, most supermarkets. Okay, so yeah, so I think what we'll do, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so we'll come back and we'll do a part 2, and let me know if you enjoy this content, if you actually enjoy this video. Please let me know, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, I'd be more than happy to hear those suggestions. Yeah, but please let me know in the comments down below. It's been lovely spending time with you. Thank you.